Okay, everybody, I am so excited today to be joined by Iliza Shlesinger,
Hi, Steve.
aka Andrea. Good on paper. How you doing, Eliza?
You said my name right, and I was a little shocked. So thank you. Hi.
Let me tell you, that was the most challenging name, and I made it a goal to get that right, and I'm
I really
proud that I
appreciate
did.
it. It goes a long way. Thank you.
Oh, good, good. So, I love this film, Good on Paper, which comes out on Netflix Wednesday. So, did you feel that this being a personal story to you, that you had to write the screenplay from the start? Like, was that always the plan?
It'd be really funny if the plan was to find someone to lie to me and then just go from there. This happened, and it was really horrific when I found out that somebody that was so close to me had been lying. It was such a betrayal. And then, as a comic, I talk about real life on stage, and so I had definitely talked about this on stage, but I just put pen to paper. This was a cathartic process, and of course, you always hope that the things you write come to fruition. And I think a lot of people think I just decided to make a movie. This happened in 2015. I worked on this screenplay quietly in between auditions, weekends on the road, Saturday nights alone, whatever, for a couple years before I met the producer, Paul Vernon, who then helped me make it. And even between that, it was a couple years. So we had a lot of time to think about it.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was watching this, what surprised me the most was how awesome you had a blend of genre here. There was like mystery, there's suspense and thriller. I felt like a David Fincher vibe. And
Oh,
I'm wondering, would you ever consider, though, writing a screenplay that's more drama or just full on thriller?
absolutely. This is not the first screenplay that I've written. I do a lot of writing. I've written a lot of TV pilots, and of course, I wrote some of the sketches on the Iliza Shlesinger sketch show, and I've written other TV things. But the idea is that you write all the screenplays that you want to write, and then you hopefully find the right producer. So I'm happy to say we have a couple of things waiting in the wings, and I think people are waiting to see how this does. I hope it does well. But have screenplay will produce. So you guys just let me know. But I do have a dramatic one in lock.
Love it. No. And what's so cool about you is you really do wear so many hats, whether it's stand up, acting, writing screenplays, writing books. And my favorite thing you do currently is the Don't Panic Pantry cooking show. I think it's the theme song that gets me.
It's so bad.
it's
I don't know why.
it's amazing. But where does your true heart and soul lie? You do all these things, but where is the core for you?
The core for me is entertaining people, getting to grow as an artist. I know that sounds like a cheesy answer, but that is why my career sort of has this weird path, because the answer is I'm always ready, willing, and able. And it's really hard to get those yeses. And this screenplay was an example of I wasn't booking the roles I wanted. I do a lot of auditioning, and you always, you don't get something for one reason or another. So I created my own opportunity, and I do that in stand up, and I do that with my shows. It is really hard to get people on board. And all you can do is continue to throw stuff at the wall to see what sticks. So my passion lies in evolving as an artist and creating on my own terms.
You're definitely doing that. And what I think really shows and shines your personality in this story of Good on Paper is that I always take you as someone I never get phony vibes from, and you embrace that. You're very real. And I feel like this film speaks that. Why do you think that's an important lesson for people today, to be yourself?
Well, it's funny because the movie's about a guy that isn't himself. I always say this whenever I make a show or something that inevitably doesn't get a second season. I'd rather fail on my own terms than
Right.
fail because an executive told me to be something that I didn't feel was right. At least you can sleep at night knowing that, versus, oh man, I really lied and I was inauthentic and they didn't like me. And you're like, wait, but that's not me. So you have a story. Your perspective is unique. What you have to say is valid as long as you're willing to do the work. And the biggest rule in comedy for me is vulnerability. The comedy gods reward vulnerability because people want to see themselves reflected. So I was at first nervous to tell the story because I'm like, people are going to think I'm an idiot. But then once I started sharing it, so many people were like, oh my God, this happened to me. So I think there's a power in that vulnerability.
Yeah. And I think, everyone, not just your fans, but everyone who's just watching Netflix this Wednesday, this is going to be a great film to watch. It's all Iliza here, but it has great co-stars. It's such a great movie. And I hope to talk to you again in the future one day, Iliza. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for a great interview, Steve. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Have a great one.